So I'd like to talk a little bit about Choco Jing, one of the products we sell at Tuina Medical Therapy Centre, and formulated by myself and with the help of Errol Lynch, who also is a Chinese herbalist. So we've named our brand TuinaMedic Herbals, sold at Tuina. Why did this product come about? Quite a few years ago now, we attended a sports science and nutrition conference in Jamaica, and one of the talks was talking about the new sports drink, which I thought, great, we're getting away from all these isotonic sugary drinks that fill our market, and it's just, you know, not really doing much for the sports person apart from adding a lot of energy through sugar. A lot of additives, a lot of food colorings, things like that, preservatives, which we didn't really want. So I thought, okay, great, what is this new drink? Great for athletes, great for recovery, great for energy. And they then mentioned this well-known children's chocolate drink brand, which I thought, okay, how are they going to explain this one? So they said the cocoa, great for magnesium, builds your bones, good for your muscles, all of that. The milk, the dairy, great for the calcium. And then they also said the sugar, needed for energy. So man-made sugar, very processed. And I just thought, really? Okay, they're getting some of their ingredients mixed up here. Firstly, I'd like to talk about the difference between cocoa and cacao. Cacao is the raw, hardly processed, straight from the bean. Okay, extracted through little heat, preserves all its antioxidants, quite bitter in taste. Yes, very good for the heart, that bitter taste. As we know in Chinese medicine, good for clearing heat from the heart. But also the magnesium content of this is very good for the process of the heart, the beating of muscle and building of bones. So we need magnesium as well for the smooth, effective flow of our muscles, and our heart is a muscle as well. And then we have cocoa, which a lot of people use in drinking chocolate. It's slightly sweeter. It's extracted with a higher heat, actually. So what it does, it actually removes a lot of the antioxidants and the minerals that you get from the raw cacao. So I'd prefer using raw cacao. The milk that they were using for this new sports drink, they had to repackage it because it was too sweet for children, so repackaging it now for athletes. The milk and calcium debate. Milk and dairy can be highly acidic and can actually rid your body of calcium. So where we were all told to drink huge glasses of milk when we were younger, drink milk for bones, strong, healthy bones, not necessary. We actually get quite a lot of calcium from other things as well, and it doesn't have to be from dairy. Definitely is not our #1 main source. The sugar, I'd rather go for you to provide your own sugar, because everybody has a different sweetometer, and I think if we keep on supplying people with a ready amount of sugar in a product, people get used to that. So in our product, we don't actually put any sweetener or sugar in there as such. We do have herbs like vanilla and cinnamon and lucuma, which do have a slightish, maltyish, sweetish taste, but not really a sugar in itself. So I like for you to add your own sweetener in it, and we'll go through that later. So what's in this fabulous drink or blend of herbal powders that we have here? First one, raw cacao, is our basis of this drink. It's a highest superfood antioxidant, rich source of magnesium, and helps the smooth muscle, as I explained earlier. And it's effective for the heart. It is a natural stimulant. And great mood enhancer. So when we think of chocolate, we think of smooth flow of the heart. Hence, why do we give chocolate on Valentine's Day? It's all to do with the heart. We don't give somebody like a liver or a lung on a card on Valentine's Day, do we? We give hearts and we give chocolates and flowers and roses and things like that. So the next main ingredient that we added into here was horsetail. This is a vegan product, vegetarian vegan product. It's not real horsetail. Horsetail is like, almost looks like a grass, so hence like a long horse's tail. Very rich in silica and high amount of minerals, so great for your skin, your bones, your hair, your connective tissue. Great for flexibility. It's anti-inflammatory, antifungal. Great kidney cleanser as well, so very nourishing for all of that. The next ingredient that we chose to put in here was nettle, so stinging nettles without the sting. This is a great blood builder actually. Iron rich, copper, magnesium, calcium, again silica. It's good for allergies actually. It builds up your immune system. So yeah, really good. You think like it's a weed, it can grow through anything. It's quite a hardy plant, so anything that's quite hardy, yeah, it's going to do you some good. Next one, we got carob in here, which is similar to cacao. Work together to help absorb or help the absorption of both of those minerals. We then have maca. I like to use a black maca if I can in our Choco Jing, just because it has more of a nutritious, denser quality for the kidneys. It's an adaptogenic herb. It's actually a root vegetable. Great hormone balancer for men and women. And a great mood enhancer, and some say aphrodisiac. Increases your energy, builds body tissue, utilizes more oxygen. So also I'm seeing this a lot now in bodybuilder formulas, you know, using maca. And I guess it still comes from like a yam. It's like a yam, so we do know yams are very good for energy. Next one, we're going into more the Chinese herbs now. We got reishi, or Ganoderma, if you want to use a Chinese name to Japanese name. It's a mushroom of immortality, the king of all mushrooms. Medicinal mushroom. It's anti-tumor, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-candida, anti-anything bad. It's longevity herb, really, really good for you. Then we've got fleece flower, or in Chinese medicine we'll call it Wu. It is very good blood nourisher, blood tonic, again anti-aging. It's a very good blood strengthener. We call it like a Jing tonic, good anti-ager. Very dark in colour, so is supposedly good for keeping your hair dark, black if you've got black hair, so the kidneys, very good for giving energy there. Then we have, what's next is rhodiola, which in Chinese medicine is Hong Jing Tian. Very good, known stamina enhancer for athletes now. So you don't need to be an athlete to take this product, but improves your performance, helps from mental and physical fatigue, very good energy tonic, and antidepressant. So rhodiola, very good for that. Then we have astragalus, which is called Huang Qi in Chinese medicine, and this is a great lung tonic. And imagine if you're an athlete and running and, you know, expending all that energy, we want a good oxygen intake, so it's a good lung tonic, very good for immunity. So if anything good for the lungs, our first line of defense is going through our nasal, our nose, and going to our lungs, so very good for that as well. Next, the few final herbs to kind of meld and bring all these flavors together is cinnamon. So we know this is a good source, great source of chromium to help our blood sugar levels, so we don't get that spike and then that crash and burn. It's really great for brain function, antibacterial as well, and it gives quite a nice offset to the cacao flavour, a more of a rounded flavour. We also have some vanilla in there, very expensive herb, but again, it gives another dimension to taste, and we're all sort of about taste as well as the goodness in here. Has trace minerals of potassium in it, so very good for that, and also great mood enhancer and aphrodisiac. We have, I have a problem pronouncing this sometimes, tocotrienols. It's raw vitamin E made from rice bran flour. It has really lovely malty, kind of softening, smoothing, sweet kind of flavour. It's fat soluble, antioxidant. It aids cardiovascular health, again great for athletes. It helps with arterial clogging and anti-tumour growth because of the vitamin E. Very good for our skin as well, and smooth flow of things. And the last ingredient we have, I think, on our list is lucuma. And lucuma is a fruit, natural sweetener, not overly sweet, a kind of a malty taste as well, this kind of malty sweet flavour. I think it's got high levels of carotene in it, which is like, you know, from vitamin A. It's got B3, iron and fibre, so great for the gut and moves things along as well. So in the next kind of part of this video, I'd like to show you how, a basic way of how we mix this into a lovely smoothie. We can have it hot or cold. I like to add it in, if I'm going to do a hot version of this, I like to add it in, not while my liquid is cooking, but afterwards, heat it up so I don't destroy as much of the minerals in here that I can through heat. There are descriptions on the back of how to do it, but I encourage everybody to sort of play around with the flavours they like. I know a lot of people have told me they've tried it in baking and adding other fruits and things with it. I'm not a huge chocolate and berry or fruit fan. I mean, I like my chocolate with sort of dates and bananas, nuts, things like that. So, but yeah, I've heard people blend it with all kinds of things and just love what they're doing with it. So please carry on watching and see how Choco Jing may help you. Thank you very much.